Hey, you guys. I'm Lakshya Sharma from Purple Space, and we are back with another podcast. This time, we'll be talking about waste management, water conservation, and things related to it. And today, with me is Akshay, and he's a member of Y Waste organization. What it is, what does it do? Let's ask Akshay himself. How are you, Akshay?
I'm fine, Laksha. How are you?
I'm great. So, our name rhymes.
Yeah, sort of. Yeah.
All right, Akshay, introduce yourself.
Okay. As you already told my name, I'm Akshay. So I'm the chief design and technical head in Yways. So I'm a engineering student at PS University, uh, electronic and communication stream. So apart from Yways, I'm the current president of Rotaract Club of PS University. So yeah, pretty much we'll be somewhere working on community service as well as technical lines itself.
I was going through why waste, so and I'm very fascinated by the name. Like, you guys really like, no, there are organizations which run on names like names which are around water,
Yeah.
and so why waste is about water conservation, right? But you hit it the cause of the problem which we are facing with water, the water logging and all. You just hit the problem why waste. So just
Yeah.
give a brief about your organization, how it started, and where it is now.
Okay. So Y-West organization was started by Kavita and her friend when she was in high school, like when she was 15 years of age. So at that time, her environment teacher, like she gave a brief idea about water problem, crisis, and all those things. So on thinking on these lines, so Garvita found out that just by the left out water in the restaurants itself, so around we waste around 14 to 15 million liters of water every year, just by the water left in the restaurant glasses itself.
Yeah.
We also see many of the YouTube clippings, news agencies telling that we are facing drought and all those things. But on the other hand, in cities as well as the people where we can afford water by paying money, we are wasting 14 million liters just like that. So keeping these ideology on behind our back, so we started, like Gavita and her friends started Y-Waste when she was in NPS as a student itself. So later on, the team built vastly and we are spread across various countries as well.
Yeah, I went through like there were many stories, and I was not able to go to all of them, but they were very fascinating stories when I read the blogs and all. So just tell one of the very one of your favorite stories related to Y waste and how that story framed and all.
Okay, so I'll tell you one of the recent story because I witnessed this, so this will be much better picture to tell as well. So, recent Chennai water crisis was one of the major burning issue only. So we also know the water issue between Karnataka and Tamil Nadu state as well. So we in our team we had a person named Gaurav who is extremely more of community service kind of thing. So what he did, he straight away went and approached some radio station and all. He told that we have water, but we need to use it in a judicious manner, like in a proper manner. So he went and pitched out Y-based idea there. Okay, so that was featured in the in their station FM radio station as a live broadcast. So that witnessed majority of the hotels in Tamil Nadu to reach out to us as well as the implement our idea there. So probably this was one of the start in one state, which is our neighboring state. So many other stories are there such that, like, just with the glass with having half filled mark, like we mark the glasses as a half filled half mark glasses, so that let's tell that at least we'll save half a cup if we are wasting it then. So these like in one of the webinars, how we do something called Hope School webinar. So there, my friend Richa and Neil came up with a statement that let's conserve water, if not complete tank together or truck together. Let's start drop by drop, where that drop by drop puddle will make huge difference at the end. So this was one of the stories which happened recently and which I witnessed uh, along with my friend.
what I feel is Chennai, Tamil Nadu particularly, in the south, in the whole country, is one such state which has which is really alarmed by water crisis and really looking into doing stuff. Like I remember Tamil Nadu is the first state which implemented water harvesting system. Like after 2015, I guess every house which is built in Tamil Nadu has water harvesting system. If
Yeah,
I'm not
apart
wrong, right?
from, yeah, the crisis was not just explicitly with water management thing. Like all of a sudden, there was a drought which was unexpected in terms of climatic changes as well.
Hmm.
So, not only working on water conservation lines, we should also think about climate conditions as well as global warming and all those crises. So it was not a expected thing, but it happened, and somewhere we were supporting the government as well as the people there as well, so we are proud to tell them.
One of those days in quarantine, in this COVID conditions, I was watching this documentary by Discovery Channel. The documentary was India 2050, and it pictured like India in 2050 how it's gonna be. So here in Jaipur, it was like every area was deserted, and in Mumbai particularly, it was like it was flooded. Whole Mumbai city was flooded, and
Yeah.
uh, a thought came into mind that water is a problem, but when floods occur, when such thing occurs, such calamities occur, there is a huge amount of water available. Still,
Okay, so
you got my question, I guess.
yeah, so here, if you talk about water, we have ocean water, but it's not usable.
Yeah, yeah,
Okay, if you talk about water, is it usable or not is the first thing what comes in everyone's mind.
yeah,
Okay, so you buy a Bisleri bottle paying rupees 20. Okay, let's consider one liter bottle thing, and you consume it because you're sure that it's drinking water and you can use it. Okay, but you just don't randomly go to a beach and fill a bottle of water and sell for 20 bucks, right?
yeah, yeah, yeah.
So it matters, like even though if water is there in such huge volume, so the usability of those things will be the first thing. Second thing is that usually when floods and all occur, so that will be a primary source for majority of the breeding diseases.
Yeah, right,
Okay,
right.
water contamination is one of the highest level of thing, and this even leads to breeding of mosquitoes, houseflies. So contamination leads more than water problem, there will be majority other problems such as sanitation and health aspects as well. So
Right.
considering the situation, let's not go for 2050, let's go for
Right,
2030
right,
itself.
right.
So probably there might be a situation where we start fighting. We are all, if you see majority of the villages and all, they actually fight for water. Like when the truck comes, people will stand in queue, and sometimes, while filling water in pots and all, some fights might occur. But it's it's right now somewhere in a remote area, but it's not a. We can tell that it might be in the future in every person, like in every house, we can see that fight for the sake of water if we are not thinking on these lines very seriously.
So there is a general tendency of people, particularly in India, that we leave the water running, we'll forget the water, we turn out the tap, and we'll the half glass we said we'll drink the half and rest half just we'll just throw it away. And there is a general tendency, and even after attending so many seminars, so many schools are they are you know trying to empower us with this knowledge, and there's every kind of knowledge available for water conservation. Still there are people, like, believe me, in a household there, if there are five people, out of five, two to three people will be doing this thing. And this is
Yeah,
very general thing. This happens, not saying for everybody, but yeah, generally it happens. So why this tendency still exists, and what can be done, how this mindset again, we have everybody is advertising about this thing, but still there is something which is.
yeah. These are the things even we are considering very, very seriously. Okay, I'm 100% sure. These things might happen in a mistake. Like no one wants to actually, sit and waste water. Like we
Yeah,
don't like. I need water to so I'll waste. So this happens because of somewhere we are forgetting the scene that water is important.
yeah,
Okay, it happens as a mistake every day, but we don't try to give a thought about that mistake. So for the sake of this, when Garvita and the team, when we were discussing in Ashoka Youth Venture thing in a meeting, so we had a thought of how to do this. Okay, and I don't remember which company. So in order to show the importance of water, so what they did is in a place like in a well crowded place, they put a treadmill. They're like you
Mhm.
walk, 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 walk. First of all, there's no shade, okay, and they're doing treadmill thing. Then just they're walking, okay, but they don't have water anything. So at one point of time, we that person who is tired feels the need of water, but he doesn't have water.
Mhm.
Okay, so that time this is one public awareness thing what they tried to do. Okay, so that was one thing, and you can also see Hindustan Unilever advertisement who is actually giving a nice one, like in a deserted thing, a person is taking a shower.
Yep.
Okay, and some random people will see that, like there will be a shower room, and we can tell that a person, it's actually a comparison, like one person takes shower and it's like almost half a village
Yeah,
has
they, they,
gotten.
they show a fact there that like you waste so much water, a whole village can drink,
Yeah,
for a week or so.
yeah,
That's
that's how when we see such kind of ads and all, we might feel that okay, water is important, but as of now, yeah, scarcity is one issue, but we are people think that there's not that much scarcity. So I'm sure at one point of time they will understand all these things, and even though before they gargle, like to put a little amount of water to their mouth, the time will come if they still ignore. Okay, like they will think of literally spending a cup of water at one point of time.
But you said that people do it with mistake, and I feel that it is an involuntary action. I feel because it is something which we have inherited, not inherited, but we have made it our habit of doing it. From the very when we were child, when we were kids, we have seen this happening, and from the childhood itself, we are doing it, and it's not a big deal. Again, like 10-15 years ago, it was not a big deal. People were not advertising so much. People were, but not at the intensity as it is happening now. So I think
Yeah,
it is become very involuntary, and it is in the habit of doing things up. So people generally, what there is no certain amount of no certain time when you drink water. You can feel thirsty anytime. So while I'm
yeah,
working, I might feel thirsty. I'll on my phone. I'm thirsty. I go to the RO or something. I fill the water. I drink, and my thirst is over. The remaining what I'll do, I'll just throw it. So that's a very involuntary thing. What I
yeah.
feel, we have to change the habit.
Yeah, so that's the thing. When you talk about habits, okay, we try to, we thought all these lines and we have made certain resources, okay, and for the sake of like all these things should be incorporated as your child. Only then it will be a part of your livelihood as well as your system. So one such thing is like we have an amazing content writing team who are already working on a comic book so that small children they'll understand through a graphical means of how important all these things. So along with that, we have enough do-it-yourself kits. Okay, it's available in our website itself.
Yep.
Like okay, right? It's not late. Okay, developing habits. Like we know that 21 days of there is a statement like 21
21-day
days of
protocol.
yeah. If you try to you know uh, settle to that habitat, and you'll get all those things as a habit itself. So it's not late. So all the if you want any required resource like how can I do it, we have it on our website. You can just go check, and it's multilingual as well. We have it around 14 to 15 languages. That kit. So that might be helpful in order to get habitual for these things.
For sure, it will be helpful. Now let's we have talked enough about water and water conservation and all that stuff. Let's talk about waste. Again, I'll ask why waste? Like,
Okay, so thing I already told you the back idea. 14 million liters. Why are we
yeah,
wasting there?
yeah,
Okay, that was the first question. Why are we wasting?
yeah.
So in terms of waste management, also we always think, okay, like how can this be reduced? So frankly speaking, a new headache for everyone right now is disposing all the surgical masks and all those
Yeah,
things.
yeah, yeah.
Another waste. So waste will always be there. Why? It's because of human activities. and it's because of humans' comfortness, uh, more and more waste will be generated. So if you think of why waste, we shouldn't. I was watching one of the webinar of Eat Raja. Okay, uh, hope you know him. If you
Yeah, yeah,
don't,
I know. He made
yeah,
bricks out of plastic, and it is lighter and
yes,
it is more durable and more compact.
yeah, he has a juice bar in Malleshwaram in Bangalore. So what he does, he doesn't even care of using plastic cups. What he does is he cuts the fruit, he makes it a cup. Okay, whatever the pulp is there, using that he makes the juice, and
Yeah,
he'll put it in the cup itself, so that nothing is wasted. Okay,
just
like
just like
after it drink,
coconut, just like coconut water. We drink coconut water
yeah,
directly from the coconut.
yeah, like he makes it in the fruit cup. So as soon as the fruit juice is over, you can just eat the thing.
Eat the fruit.
So if there is anything like lemon peels and all, what he does is uses it for bioenzymic activity, and he makes cleaners out of it. So nothing is wasted. So all those such kind of alternatives will be there. So we need to look. That's it. And right now,
Actually,
plastic.
when we visit such kind of juice, people who are selling juice, we feel very fascinated as well. Like this guy's
Yeah,
doing something different, and it attracts automatically.
yeah, that will be one of the USPs of your business as well. Like
Right.
apparently he's using it and he's actually saving a lot from it. Like he doesn't invest on cleaners because he's developing his own enzymic cleansing agent, and he's not using any paper or water glass anything. So he's contributing for environment itself as well as he's saving a lot. So it's both win-win situation, I would tell.
Yeah. So even a person who is selling juice is a visionary. If it's he's becoming a scientist kind of. I feel.
Yeah, like his thought is also unique. Like he was a radio jockey, but right now he claims himself as a waste engineer. Actually,
Hmm.
that's good because it's very important that he thought about it and he actually tried to get it into action as well. So many of us will tell that no, we need to segregate waste, we need to do that, this and all. But apparently, why waste? If you see, because we need to settle, like we need to think of all these things, but when we actually put into action, the answer for why waste will automatically be answered. That's what I.
That's great. Again, when I'm coming to the another question from the last statement you made, that people just will say we have to do this, we have to do this, but what they're doing nothing. So there are organizations as well. There are a lot of organizations who don't even claim. They are like, we have to do this, you have to do this, and they do nothing. They do about absolutely nothing. I think why waste
Okay,
is different, and I want you to tell why waste is different.
okay. One thing. Okay. Frankly speaking, I'm not going to touch on the like other. I'm not going to comment on any other organization who are working or who are not working because
I'm
that's enough.
I'm not saying to say names or something. I'm generally saying that how
No, no.
why
I'm
waste
not
is
at all commenting on those activities. I'll just
yeah,
go
yeah,
with organization. Okay.
uh,
So first of all, I'm very happy to tell that we are India's biggest youth-led organization. Like completely it's youth-led. Like all of us
mhm.
just are in teenage and almost like everyone is less than 22. Okay, so somewhere we have a youth energy or potential to do majority of the changes. So somewhere probably that might be a driving force also. So and we have a very good advisory board to tell how to do and what to do things. So uh, one of those like one of the main person who is a part of our advisory board, he's from our college itself. He's our dean of student affairs.
Okay.
So he has seen like he has probably his experience is more than my age, I guess. So he has seen world better than us. So like all the inputs given probably is one of the main driving force of our organization. So I would like to tell in that manner. And one thing is that we always cite like we always look forward to bring something change by youth itself, because more than adults right now, youth, I would tell, young people, they are the one who is actually who can make difference, because our older generation probably their time is almost done. Okay, but what we do probably we like 100% will pass on to our future generation as well. So first target we think of youth and we always work in those lines itself.
All right. So again, youth-led organization. Whenever we have heard youth-led organization, There is something very different about the organization, and they've done amazing things. Do visit Y Waste. I'm telling you, it's worth it. Okay. Just before last question, I have another question. It's like, what is the impact you want to create? Like, I know you have created a lot of impact. You have gone international as well. What more impact you feel can be created?
Okay, one impact is that like we want everyone to learn, like to know about the importance of water without using our sources itself. Like, if I get up, they should come to know after waking up. I don't need a, I don't need a running tap of water to brush my teeth or wash my face. I just need a mug and I just need whatever enough requirement. So this mindset in every individual is one of our we want that kind of impact. So probably we are starting small now with all the restaurant module as well as do it yourself kit and all, but we really expect at one point of time we want this kind of you know eco-friendly human activities like
Believe me, your,
everyone.
your model is really great, and once people discover it, they will really go for it. That's really great. I've been through it. It's
Yeah,
actually, again, it comes to that. You're talking about brushing the teeth. We feel it's just 2 minutes, but when you look at the amount you took, 2 minutes is a lot of time. It's huge amount of time.
I'll tell you something. Okay, you know that Indian population itself is around 121 crores.
Ah,
Suppose each one will save, let us say, zero point 0.1 liter, that is 100 ml. Okay, so that means we are saving around 12 crore, 12 to 13 crore liters of
liter.
water.
Yeah,
So probably that might be so much sufficient for harvestmental agricultural activities or something. Like water can be used in a very judicious manner. So
right.
I'm telling you, like 1 minute, whole 131 crore people, if they're trying to save just 100, milliliters of water, that will be a huge impact.
That will
So
be that
what
will
if they're actually doing for the entire day life, like for
hmm,
their all the activities in a day? So we don't need to actually sit and talk about this also because enough water will be saved. So
yeah.
in that manner, why waste? We don't think of doing big. We'll think of doing something small which can impact huge. Like the impact will be very huge of it. That's all I want to tell.
All right. Any parting message, Akshay, for the viewers?
Okay, one message is that obviously our organization is working on the lines of conservation. I just want to tell that probably right now we have enough. You may think that we have enough water, so it's not the scene. So let's probably next war might happen because of all this insufficient resources itself. So I know right now it's COVID-19 situation and all those things. So right now we won't even get time to figure out how to get enough resources. Okay, so we already know that there is a shortage of food production and all because of not much of human activities outside. So one thing, guys, make sure that whatever resources we have, let's use it very judiciously. So we are not asking you to do some huge change and all. Just try to implement small things which can which will help in a greater impact. That's all I want to tell.
And I just wanted to tell everyone that please go to your 8th standard SST books and just read the definition of resources. You'll know what Akshay's you wanted to say. So it's sustain in resources there is term sustainability which comes, and that's really important for you, me, and everybody. Right? So thank you so much, Akshay, for joining us. And it was lovely talking to you. And yeah, guys, please visit Y Waste. And it was a great podcast. Thank you, Akshay. Thank you so much.